It's regiment season, guys. Hey guys, Drew here, back with another video, and welcome to the first video where we got a regiment something in the background. And this will be the final video before the Newfoundland Regiment's home opener on September 18th. I may have a little short preview for that game, but I wouldn't really count that. But in this video, I will project the Newfoundland Regiment season. This is the day after the wildfire event, and I just want to say, if there's anybody here working for the regiment that's watching this video, hats off to you guys. Unbelievable event. Was really fun to just get a look around the arena, see the new renos, and really fun event for the hardest shot, fastest skater accuracy, all that kind of stuff. Then the 3-on-3 game as well. But that's not what I'm really talking about in this video. Today I will be comparing regiment to I won't call them expansion, but teams that first came into the league, how they did, just comparing them to the regiment. Who do I think will lead the team in scoring, and the final prediction to end the video. So let's get started with the player stats. Who do I think will lead the regiment top in scoring? So I feel like it's quite unanimous to predict who is going to be the top point getter, and I got Justin Larose as that guy. Shocker. I do think he does lead the team in scoring. I do see him having like a 35, 50 assist season for 85 points. He scored 80 points last year, so I could definitely see him getting a little bit higher than that and getting 85 points. The second player is maybe a bit of a surprise to you, but I've been really impressed by him. I've got Marek Danicek. This guy has all the tools to be a really good hockey player. He gives me Pavel Gogolev vibes with the Newfoundland Growlers. Now, of course, it's with the regiment. But I could see him having a goal season with 25 goals, 40 assists for 65 points. Something in that type of range. Really good season from Danicek in his first year in the regiment sweater. The next point getter, the third in the league, or not in the league, on the team in scoring, is Dawson Sharkey. I could see Sharkey having a 25 goal, 25 assists, 50 point season. Sharkey's going to be a really key player to this Newfoundland Regiment squad. He's got that really strong physical side of the game that you may not see too often with these young guys. But Sharkey is a guy I'm really, really excited to watch this year. He's going to be a fan favorite. There's no doubt about it. And then the fourth player that I could see is actually a defenseman. I have Noah LeBerge, fourth in the team in point scoring. I could see LeBerge having a 10 goal, 30 assists, 40 point kind of season. LeBerge could probably be the power play quarterback. I think it's either going to be him or Quinn Norman. One of the two could definitely get that role. LeBerge has looked really good for the Buffalo Sabres during rookie camp so far. If he could compete for the actual training camp spot, he may not be on the team for the actual home opener. May get here a little later, maybe versus that Charlottetown series, maybe. But LeBerge is the guy that I'm really excited to watch. Really good offensive-minded two-way defenseman. It'll be intriguing to watch him play here at the Mary Brown Center. And then fifth in the team in scoring, maybe a bit of a surprise to you guys as well. I got Blake Pilgrim-Edwards as a 30-goal, 10 assists, 40 point season. He scored 20 goals last year, so I could definitely see him getting a little bit higher than that. Getting in that 30 goal range would be a really good season from Blake Pilgrim-Edwards. I'm really excited to see him play for the Newfoundland Regiment this upcoming season. And then the goaltending tandem, I didn't put down Ethan Anderson because honestly, I don't really know how much games he's going to play. Whether they trade him, trade another goalie, I don't know. I really don't know. I do think they'll stick with Proul and Vekvanags for most games. And I could see Proul and Vekvanags splitting the season in that 30 games played range. And I could see Proul getting a 915 save percentage. He definitely has proved it in the Quebec Junior League. And obviously for Canada, at the world stage, well, for his age group, but Proulx looks really good. I'm going to be quite honest with you. There were a couple games in the preseason that he was a little shaky, but Proulx I could definitely see having a really good season, which is why I gave him the 915. While on Vekvanags on the other side, I could see him getting a 900, in that type of range, maybe a little bit lower, in the 890s-ish. he didn't have a great standout year for Bathurst last year or in the BCHL. But I definitely do. If the regiment want to have Vekvanagz on their team, or if Vekvanagz wants to be on the regiment, he has to have higher numbers than what he has had in the past few seasons. I could definitely see him hitting the 900 range, though, which would honestly be a really successful year for Vekvanagz. So yeah, that's who I have top 5 in the teams in point scoring. I'll redo it again. Larose has 85 points. Danicek has 65. Sharkey with 50 points. LaBerge with 40. And Blake Pilgrim-Edwards with 40 points as well. And then the goaltenders, I have Prue with a 915 and Vekvanagz with a 900. And now I want to compare these new teams that have came into the QMJHL to what the regiment could possibly contend with. So the St. John's Fog Devils, which is the last Q team to come here in Newfoundland, their first season, they had a 30-win season, which is pretty well. They ended up making the playoffs that year in their inaugural year. Hopefully the regiment could have a similar style of year to what the Fog Devils had. We'll have to wait and see for my final predictions. And then the Sherbrooke Phoenix ended their season with 21 wins in their first season. They ended up sneaking into the playoffs, one of the last spots available. But then the St. John Sea Dogs is also another one of the newer-ish teams. I believe they're like near 20 years old. Maybe wrong about that, but they had 15 wins in their inaugural season, which is I think within the early 2000s. So yeah, the Sea Dogs, 15 wins. They were last in the entire QMJHL that season. Hopefully the regiment don't have a season like that. We're only going to have to wait and see what this team looks like. And now their rivals. Who do I see them being their biggest rivals? I don't have one specific team. I have actually a lot of specific teams. I have the Halifax Mooseheads, Moncton Wildcats, Cape Breton Eagles, Charlottetown Islanders, and the St. John Sea Dogs. Basically, all those maritime teams I could definitely see being big rivals with the regiment. Now, Halifax and Cape Breton are kind of their own thing. And now maybe Moncton and Charlottetown. Not Moncton and Charlottetown. Moncton and St. John will be their own thing, like the Battle of New Brunswick. So maybe the regiment end up having a pretty decent rivalry with Charlottetown. It just really depends who they play in the playoffs if they get there. That's what adapts rivalries. I mean, look at Montreal Canadiens and Boston Bruins, for example. But yeah, now it is the final predictions. How do I see the regiment doing the season overall after listing off all those stats? I do see a really good season. When I list off this record, there's some of you that are going to be like, yeah, that's pretty good, but there's some of you that may be like, wow, he predicted a really high number. I see the regiment's final record being 40, 22, and 6. And they'll finish the season with 86 points, being in like that top 5 range of the QMJHL. I could definitely see teams like Moncton and Blanesville ahead of the regiment. It'll be interesting to see how they do this year. And if that is the record for the season, they beat all those other new teams to start the year, like the Fog Devils, Phoenix, and Sea Dogs. So 40 wins, 22 losses, and 6 points in their first season for 86 points. Not bad at all, if you ask me. And who will be their MVP? I got Justin Larose as their MVP. I mean, it's quite obvious that he's going to have a really good season for the regiment. So you will definitely see a lot of Justin Larose jerseys in the Mary Brown Center for the regiment games. And their X factor heading into the season, I could definitely see it being the goalies. How do they operate their goalies? Vekvanagz obviously hasn't had great numbers in the past, but can he have a breakout year this year and have a good season with the regiment? Prue heading into his rookie year in the QMJHL. Let's see if he could have a shiny, sunshiny year. I don't know what that really means, but just a really good year for Prue. And then Ethan Anderson played high school hockey last year in the United States of America. Can he adapt to this QMJHL system and have a really good season? This is why I have the goalies as the X factor, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be interesting to see how they do. And then the playoffs. It's hard to predict the playoffs before you watch the team play actual games. I do see them having at least one win in a series. So maybe like second round, third round. Now I am rooting for them to get in the Memorial Cup in their first year. That would be elite, but I just feel like that's too much to ask for as of now. If the team goes on a heater to start the year, obviously you can get in that type of questions, but I do see them at least winning one series. They're going to have to run to like those good teams like Moncton and Blaisdell in order to win the QMJHL Gilles Courteau Trophy and going for the Memorial Cup. It's going to be intriguing to see what the Regiment team looks like come the end of the season, come the home opener as well. I'm really excited for this upcoming Regiment season. I hope you guys are too. But yeah, that's pretty much for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, you can like this video, you can subscribe if you really liked it. This is like a new hype button in YouTube. I don't know why they added it, but feel free to do that as well if you wanted to. Helps out the channel, I believe, so feel free to. But yes, guys, Regiment season is officially coming soon. It isn't officially underway just yet, but we've got 4 more sleeves as of this recording for Regiment season to come. I remember the team getting announced. I think it was December 22nd. It was officially announced that Bathurst would be relocating here. It literally, at that point, it felt like it was going to be 10 years till we officially saw a game here at the Mary Brown Center. But it's literally 4 days until we see a game here. So buckle in, folks. We're in for a good season. I'm really excited to watch this Newfoundland Regiment squad. Only time could tell on how they do this season, and I'm going to be here for every bit of it. That's it for today, you guys, and I'll talk to you all again when Regiment Rewind comes your way onto the TV. I will talk to you all again soon.